Für uns dienen sie nur einem Zweck: die ganze dänischen Westküste von den deutschen Landminen zu befreien, die sie zuvor hierher gebracht haben. Gegenwärtig liegen 2,2 Millionen Landminen entlang der dänischen Westküste.
Hi everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at Land of Mine, a Danish-German film. This is a highly acclaimed, depressing, but important movie covering the often overlooked hell that existed for many immediately following peace in Europe. So let's check it out. From North Africa to Norway, tens of millions of mines were laid during the Second World War. These millions of mines were laid with little consideration for the future. Most minefields were mapped, the Germans were good at this, but mine technology advanced faster than demining technology and techniques. Hundreds of thousands of non-magnetic, cardboard, glass, and wood mines were laid. Mines were also laid with little future consideration for civilians and geography. Mines planted on sandy beaches easily shift. Danish beaches would receive near 1.5 million mines to ward off an Allied invasion. After World War II, millions of German POWs were put to work in Allied countries. Britain alone in 1946 had 400,000 German POWs, many working in low-skilled labor positions, particularly on farms. It wasn't entirely to punish or take advantage of these men. The logistics of repatriation takes time, as does restarting food supply systems in Germany. It was important Germany wasn't flooded with millions of hungry soldiers, potentially still wanting a war. Of course, not all German POWs were lucky enough to work on a farm. German POWs in nearly all countries where landmines were laid were put to work clearing them. In Denmark, over 2,000 German POWs under Danish supervision cleared 1,400,000 mines from an area just over 1,100 square kilometers in just 1945. Over 20% of these POWs would be maimed or killed. This statistic would be representative of demining across the continent. For a period of time in France, upwards to 2,000 German POWs were being killed or maimed each month, clearing mines and other obstacles. Clearing mines began in Denmark only 1 week after the surrender of Axis forces. The initial 1,000 POWs set with the task dropped to 750 men within the first 6 weeks. Mine clearing was initiated under the command of British General Dewing, commander of British forces in Denmark. Orders for the Germans, and the Danes supervising the Germans, were that the mines were to be cleared as quickly as possible. However, this didn't always mean by the most dangerous methods, as shown in the film, as dangerous is rarely efficient, but German POW life was considered expendable. Not shown in the film, German deminers did have access to some British equipment, such as mine detectors. Even German armor was repurposed for demining. However, training was brief, and Danish soldiers rarely were held accountable for the loss of German life, with civilian life being the priority. German POWs were often made to walk the land they had cleared, arm in arm, to verify its safety. Civilians might even be invited to watch this. How this went varied. For poorly trained or poorly organized deminers, this was naturally a cruel experience, while others reportedly took pride in this. The movie highlights the youth of the POWs. This was a reality that teenagers, those who had been formerly soldiers in the German army, were captured and pressed into POW service after the war. However, demining teams would have been a cross-section of POWs of all ages, but a youthful team was certainly possible. The director's liberty does add to the gravity of the movie and provides a German youth perspective on how they too were victims of their parents' war and inherited this bloody aftermath. The demining campaign itself in the movie is very raw and real. The director transplants you into the silent, boring, but traumatic experience of picking away at the sand that wants to kill you inch by inch. The movie is predictable, but in a way that makes it more real. You know, if you care about a character, they are likely to die. The boys and men doing the work certainly knew their comrades could die on any given day. These boys had the most miserable of all tasks, while many of them had yet to see home with no idea if their families were even still alive. Roland Muller, who plays a Danish sergeant, quietly steals many scenes in the movie. His character too is predictable. He hates the Germans for occupying his country for 5 years. This includes these young boys. Naturally, he warms up to them, and then has to deal with the trauma of being part of a system that trades lives for minds. Though predictable, these are all very real experiences of people who went through this. The movie doesn't add twists or drama. To do so would be redundant, given the heavy topic. Alright, I'm Johnny. Do watch Land of Mine. It's an important reminder of the scale and lasting effects of warfare in a world that to this very day is still being mined. Just maybe watch the film in the evening so you aren't depressed throughout the day. Okay, take care, like and subscribe, blah blah blah, and we will see you next time.